same time.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, he does. I would put it on Do Not Disturb so you don't get those things.
I'll put it on silent anyway.
Does it not distract you?
Let's give it a minute. Who's joined us?
Oh, Keith.
Nice, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
People
Thanks for
flocking
joining.
me again.
Give him a minute.
I'm giving you a minute.
Why are we this Wednesday? Let's wave. Let's wave at
Waving.
Keith.
Why doesn't it tell yours?
Hold on. We're telling more followers to join your video. Thanks, Graham.
The gram doing bits. What tune's this? What playlist is this?
It's Don't Judge Me. Step Up to the Streets, the film. It's that playlist. Guilty pleasure, guilty pleasure.
I'm off. No, I don't mind it, to be honest. I don't mind it.
The film it's the best out of the Step Up ones in my opinion. Big Steve, of course, Big Steve's on as well. Hey mate.
Are we going to get cracking then?
Yeah, let's go. I'll turn it down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's get cracking.
Let's go.
So, what are we talking about today?
Why you need to accept the
got the
problem.
Because you think you are healthy and active,
But you're not.
Ooh, that was good, wasn't it? That was really
We're
good.
getting better. We're getting better.
So, what do we actually mean by it?
Well,
What tends to be the common occurrence when people are not accepting the problem? So,
they're in denial.
absolutely, and they make excuses.
They make excuses.
Yeah.
Or people often laugh it off or just brush it off.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
So, let's start with in denial. I've got the notes again, I'll show you another time. When somebody's in denial, what do we actually hear quite a lot?
What do they say?
What do we hear? What do we hear from clients or people that we've spoken to?
This could get interesting.
What's the most common? Let's start with the most common.
Okay, let's keep it PC. My diet's not that bad.
Oh.
My diet's not that bad.
How many times
I've
heard
this. Yeah.
I'll never ever know. Who's in denial?
You
You're in
are.
denial. You're in denial.
You're in denial.
So yeah, my diet's not that bad. So what you'll tend to hear is people will say, "Oh, I've got a healthy diet," and they'll talk you through their diet. And for me personally, I hear all the time something as structured as this would be: I had granola for breakfast,
Yeah.
and then I had a protein bar for lunch, and I missed dinner. I hear that
No, you don't.
quite a lot.
That's a lie.
And on, truth be told, I hear that quite a lot. Now, anybody with any education would know that that is a pretty poor,
Diet.
just anybody with any education. So, you've heard that before as well, so what do you get?
Yes. Well, for me, what it is you get people coming to see you and they're like, right, I've got a goal, I want to lose this much weight in a year or whatever. And you're like, great, okay, you go through all the reasons why, excellent. Then you get them, I always get them to fill out a food diary just so I know what they're eating.
Yeah.
They won't be true most of the time. And I even say, I don't care what it is.
Yes.
We need to know so we know how to advise you. But they still lie anyway. And it's the lies. So they'll ask for, sessions with me, then workouts in between sessions with me, then food suggestions. I don't give meal plans out. I don't tell people what to eat. They're adults, they can decide themselves, but I give them guidelines. And then, I do all this work, give it to them. They'll come see me, I'll kill them in the gym. A week later, they'll come back and I'll be like, what have you eaten? McDonald's. Or,
Twice.
or I'll be like, how's your food been this week? Yeah, fine, like let's have a look at your diaries, okay, fine. And have you made it to the gym? No.
Hi, Ian.
Hi, Ian. So they haven't made it to the gym in between sessions. They've not stuck to the calorie amount that I've given them.
Yep.
But then they get annoyed that they're not losing weight.
So what does that bring us on to?
They're in denial and they're lying.
Lies. Lies.
Lies.
when we give them something and we come to measuring them the next time and they've not made any progress and they're adamant that they've stuck to the plan, but we know full well if they stuck to the plan, what would happen?
They'd lose body fat if that was their goal.
So you hear it a lot, don't you? Oh, I've been active, I work out loads, I've been sticking to the plan 100%. But it's all lies. Yeah, all lies.
And it's not just to us though, like when these words are coming out of their mouths, they're lying to themselves.
Absolutely.
And this is what we mean by they're in denial. They genuinely think that they've probably had an active week or they've worked out and they've eaten well, but they genuinely haven't. But their thought process is that they have, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They're not aware, and becoming aware of the issue is like the first step to being able to change it.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
that is, if you see what Ryan's put there, trust the process. That is absolutely
Trust the process.
correct. Trust the
exactly.
process. I've gone on about this for years. Put trust in the process over time, rather than lying to yourself
Yeah.
and everything else. So, what else have we heard when somebody's in denial? Look at the notes.
Look at the notes. Oh yeah, when they're not accurately, get the right word, accurately marking their calories on MyFitnessPal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a phenomenal app, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. We got more questions.
No, it's just.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like when they're not, if they have a bit of granola or something,
Yeah.
as they're picking, or when they'll say a spoon of peanut butter, but obviously it sticks to all the bottom of the spoon, so it's more than a teaspoon, but they don't mark down the proper weight and things like that. It's like you're literally just cheating yourself out of getting results. And
It's
again,
kind
it's
of
just
undercalculating, isn't it?
yes, undercalculating. And everybody now, the rise of the Fitbit watches, all of this that track, they're never accurate.
They're not accurate.
They're not accurate. It's just an estimation. But again, and usually they overestimate to make the users feel better. So then people are thinking that they've burnt more calories than what they actually have by exercising, and they've not eaten enough because they've not marked down accurately on MyFitnessPal. So it's completely out, but they're thinking it's right, and they're wondering why they're not getting any results.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that brings you on to the next one, cheating your calories.
Cheating your calories.
How many times have you eaten something and think, oh, I can get away with this, and all of a sudden that adds up over time? You see it all the time, don't you? Or just for even sugar in your tea has calories.
Yes.
If you're not tracking the one sugar over time and you're having 3 coffees a day or 3 teas, a cup of teas a day.
Should we
every
use
day.
Big Steve as an example for this?
If you want to
So
go for it.
he one of my client for me drinks Monster Energies, the full sugar ones, has done for years. It's a bit of a bad habit for him. So I told him there was 55 grams of sugar in a can, and I said, look, if you just cut those out and make no other changes to your diet, you're actually going to get results. So he did. Within 2 weeks, he'd lost 2 centimeters each around his chest, stomach, and hips,
My man Steve.
just by cutting out a drink. So it all adds up.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Making excuses.
Excuses.
What do we hear with this?
I'll start Monday.
Yeah, or tomorrow, same thing. I
Yeah.
hear that over and over again. Using a slip up or a bad meal as an excuse to binge.
Yes. Oh, well, I had a piece of cake for breakfast, so I may as well
Yeah, I'm
sack
done.
off the whole day.
That's it. I'm done. I've ruined the week. Ugh.
Yeah.
Go on.
Negative self-thoughts as well. So when you have a slip up, do you then beat yourself up in your head? And it's like, oh, God, well, I've just ruined it for today. When in actual fact, if you educate yourself on the number of calories and stuff, a piece of cake is probably is less calories than a sandwich you could buy in a shop that you would think is healthier, but it's not. But again, because people aren't sort of clued up, educated,
yeah.
then they use that slip up as a way to beat themselves up in their head and be like, oh, well, I've never been able to do it, so what's different this time? I'm never going to be able to do it, so why bother trying?
Yeah,
or
it's
something
not for
like
me,
that.
I can't do it anymore,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. all
I've
these-
tried this,
yeah.
it didn't work. I've tried that, it didn't work.
Fear of failure is another
Yeah.
excuse.
Yeah.
Oh, I've failed before, so I'll fail again. That kind of talk.
Yeah, and honestly, this one's great. You're in a comfort zone. And even
Nice.
though it's uncomfortable to be in there, so if somebody's overweight and they're not happy about it, even though they're uncomfortable and not happy about it, that being in that state is still more comfortable than making the change, taking the action steps to make a change for the better. So they actually just stay in their comfort zone of being miserably unhappy, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Tell me anybody who's made progress by being comfortable. Don't care if it's in business, athletes, anything. Tell me
Mindset,
anybody
everything.
that's made significant progress by being comfortable.
No one.
Because let's be honest, this is very, very uncomfortable for us.
Yeah, it's awful.
To be honest, innit?
Yeah, it's horrible. I am so warm right now.
We're getting there slowly, but
Are we?
well, I think we are.
Yeah. We are getting better, but it's still really
So
nerve-wracking.
we are jumping out of our comfort zone to make progress because we made excuses for months.
6 months.
Yeah,
6 months. We said we wanted to
did.
do this for 6 months, and then, we just made excuses.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the only way we're going to be able to grow our audiences and help as many people as possible, which is what our actual goal is.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do stuff like this and go out of our comfort zone and grow.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe, do you find that people don't understand portion control? Yes, absolutely, all the time.
100%.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's as simple as the eat well plate.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You go split it into 3 or 4. Don't know if you use this with yours. I do sometimes.
Half of it's veggies.
Yeah. Or do you go half and then?
I do it like 3. Yeah.
So you-
Half and then 2 quarters.
Oh, I think a third. How does a third split into half?
No. No.
Yeah, I find it all the time. People don't understand portion control. They overindulge on the portions with the wrong foods and don't prioritise their veggies and protein. And they'll always
And people are
prioritise.
scared of fat,
Yeah, I don't know why.
when in actual fact it's way better for you than sugar. And any low fat option, they've just replaced the fat with the sugar. So pick full fat.
Yeah. Where are we? Laughing and brushing it off.
Laughing and brushing it off. Okay, yeah, no, I liked this. So
It happens a lot, doesn't it?
yeah, so if your partner says, "Oh, you gained a little bit of weight," no, I haven't. No, what are you talking about?
You laugh,
Don't
and
be
you
silly.
laugh it off,
You
or
laugh it off.
if your mates at work or at rugby, Jacko, are bantering you, calling me chubby. I've heard it. You can't see it on there. Your mates bantering you at work, giving you some banter, saying, "Oh, come on, you fat get," and all that kind of things. Everybody seems to laugh it off when, as a matter of, you need to accept that because they wouldn't be saying it.
A lot of people use humour as a way to kind of like pass insult, but get it so it's not taken seriously, don't they?
Yeah.
So if you've got a few people saying it at you, maybe you need to just reevaluate.
Do you want to ask them that?
Oh,
Go on a day.
you dare me?
A day.
So if any of this like resonates with you, if you think about like, okay, yeah, that sounds a bit like me, let us ask you a question. Did you ever make lasting progress while you were in that thought process? Because the answer's going to be no.
You definitely haven't.
Because we know, we've seen it.
We've done it.
We've done it. We've seen it.
I've lived it.
I've lived it too. Gosh.
Done a lot of these.
multiple
A
times.
lot of these excuses.
Excuses. That's the one.
Yes. So,
What's the solution?
let's talk.
Let's talk.
First things first, you're not accepting the facts.
Yeah.
You're not accepting the facts of exactly where you are right now. Again, you're making excuses, you're in denial. You're not giving yourself honesty.
Yeah. So if you don't identify that there is an issue, or you're not, you may be lying to yourself or making excuses or things like that. So if any of these things have just ticked with you and, I do that sometimes, as I'm sure all of us do, don't we? We all do. You really need to accept it and like really accept it with honesty, because the situation anyone is in is completely 100% their responsibility. And once you understand that, and that's hard. I've had to face that. That's hard. I've been in some crap situations, and when you have to sit there and go, God damn, this was all down to me, that is not fun to do.
No, it's not. It's horrible.
But it's awful. But that is the only way you're going to make positive changes, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to accept it and be completely honest with yourself.
Yeah, honest with where you are.
Literally.
Yeah.
You are exactly where you are
Yeah.
because of the life choices you've been making.
Yeah.
Nobody else is to blame.
No. You can't blame your job. You can't blame someone else in your family. You can't blame, you're not close to a gym. No.
You will prioritise
Yeah.
what is a priority, then you will do that priority.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Everybody makes time for stuff that's important for them. But we can all use the excuse, I don't have the time. You know?
Say it.
Prevention is better than the cure.
Let's
go.
Like we was riding in my pickup. Why you looking so sad, baby girl? You need to.
That was our mic drop. Get among that.
Brilliant.
True though, prevention is better than the
Yeah.
cure. You don't want to be waiting until it is too late.
No, don't wait till you get a disease or diabetes or a health issue. Just freaking go for a walk, guys.
Literally.
That's all you have to start with. 10,000 steps. Burn more calories than you eat. Boom. Anyway.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Burn more calories than you eat. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, so moving on
Moving
from
on.
that, the takeaways and the action points. We want to give you some action points.
Yes, actions for today. So
Moving forward from this,
Yeah.
the first thing. Oh, my fringe is. The first thing to do is get yourself into a positive mindset, because the thought process that you have leads and determines the actions that you take.
yeah,
So if everything's negative, your actions will be negative, which is a constant. This is a whole other video.
yeah, we could go
But
on.
this leads into the negative self-talk and the self-sabotage, which leads to the excuses and the denial.
Which leads to the lack of results.
Boom. Get among that.
Get among that. The brain believes anything you tell it, so give it love. Right, create new habits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
the daily habits that people. That's how people pile on the weight. It's the daily stuff. It's not it's not the bigger picture. Master the day, and then just do that over and over and over again.
What did you say to me before we came on?
What?
Change one thing at a time.
Yeah, change one thing at a time.
Good one, that.
So the amount of times I've had clients come to me and they've tried to overhaul their entire lives in one go, and then they fail. That's never going to work. Like, honestly, we're human. We can't deal with that much change at once. So change one thing. So for me, especially if it's a larger person, I would say I give them a calorie amount and they stick to that, and then I just tell them to get the 10,000 steps in a day.
Yeah.
Like, that is such a simple change that you can make. Just don't go to bed until you've got 10,000 steps in.
Just move.
Even if it means walking on the spot while you're watching TV on a night. Like, just get that done. It doesn't feel like exercise walking at all. And yet it can make such a huge difference. Again, another client of mine, all he did was walk for an hour a day because I told him 10,000 steps is about an hour's walk. And in 1 month, he'd lost 8 pounds. He didn't change anything else. He just walked every day and he lost 8 pounds in a month.
Lev Fit dropping knowledge bombs.
Love it.
Dropping knowledge bombs.
So, yeah.
Last one.
Change one thing at a time for habits. And then once you're okay with that, then change the next thing. Last one, educate yourself.
Educate yourself on calories, macros, food choices in general.
It's all about food, guys. It's really not about the exercise. It's about your diet. It's about your diet.
It's literally about your food.
It's about your food.
End of.
Sort your food out.
Just educate yourself.
Yeah.
Whether that's coming to speak to us individually,
Yeah.
you can find it all on Google anyway. Educate yourself on portion control, calories, proteins, the macronutrients, hydration, educate yourself.
Do you know what's a good habit to get into? I do this all the time. When you go in shopping, just read the labels of stuff. Like, you can get so much understanding of what types of food hold dense calories and what have, low calories, just by reading the labels. The information is literally there in front of you on every single piece of food that you buy from the supermarket. So just do that.
Yeah. And drink plenty of this.
And drink. What was even that? I don't even know what that came out of my mouth. Anyway. At least we didn't drop a camera today.
Blink drinking.
I don't even know what I tried to say. I mess words up all the time. I did couple trouser in my house instead of trouble causer, and it's stuck. So every time there's been a trouble causer, we just go couple trouser. Anyway, let's go. Next week. We've gone over as well.
Have we?
Yeah, it's 20 past.
Have we been on forever?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They're bored shitless. Come
Yeah.
on, next
right,
week.
go on then. Next week, what are we? Different types of exercises.
What's the best?
And what's the worst?
Ooh.
It just went well, didn't it? It just went very well. That. Yeah, next week,
Yeah.
6 o'clock, Wednesday. I promise we will get better. don't think it's been that bad, has it?
This one's alright. We just talk a lot. I just talk too much.
We ramble, don't we? So next week, different types of exercises. What's the best? What's the worst? What you should be doing, in contrast with what we've just been on about today.
Yeah.
With the diet.
With the diet, yeah. Well, exercise is to prevent other health issues, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Next week.
Tomorrow.
So keen.
Girls Kino.
Cool.
See you next week, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you later. Bye bye.
Bye.